Welcome, guys. This particular session is focused on CISSP, why you should go for CISSP, and then if you are in a hunt for CISSP, how should we go ahead and prepare for it, right? So we'll start from very scratch. We'll start with a very fundamental question as on today: why cybersecurity is in demand? Right? And being an experienced crowd, I know you might already be having a sense of it, but just for everybody's iterating the same thing, we are working in a very hostile threat landscape. Companies are operating, making profits, everything is happening, but at the same time, there's a big threat which is coming from cybersecurity perspective. Here is a small table I have put forward for you. You can see big companies like Yahoo, Alibaba, LinkedIn, Sina Weibo, which is a big social media platform for China. Facebook, Marriott, hotel chain, everybody has been breached, right? And here is the impact. If you can see, right, a lot of impact in terms of business data getting stolen or privacy related information getting stolen. And end of the day, what it leads to, if there is a breach of personal information, right, company may have to pay heavy fines. They may face liabilities from the end customers, liabilities from their clients, and that also impact their reputation to a great extent, right? So that's the kind of landscape we are operating in at present. And also, the legal regulations, upcoming, ever-changing legal regulations, right? Privacy is one of a big factor, wherein privacy is not like a single regulation and a single standard we all are following. Every country has their own privacy framework, their own privacy regulation, and it is one area which is still evolving. And on those lines, European Union has come up with GDPR, and there are very heavy fines if you are in non-conformance from GDPR perspective, right? So as you can see here on the screen, right, that's the fines which are imposed by GDPR since 2020. And then on the right hand side screen, what you can see here is if I go and search on internet, the data related to 2019-2020, cybersecurity threat was contributing to around like 30 to 33% of the overall threat. But as you can see here, in 2021, it is a report from PwC, and you can see that the cybersecurity threat is counted as 47%. Almost half of the threat is only coming from cybersecurity. And that's the reason. That's the reason all these companies, let it be a big company, let it be a medium-sized company or a startup, everybody is, more and more concerned about security, right? And they need people. You cannot automate everything in cybersecurity. Automation beyond a certain limit can also be dangerous. You need people to monitor it, people to handle it, people to put forward your creative mindset and bring out some good solutions when it comes to security. So that's why industry is requiring security professionals, really trained security professionals who actually understand the business, who also understand cybersecurity side of it. And who am I? Just because I am here, I am explaining you all those kind of things, right? You might be thinking, right, what authority I have over it, right? So I have been a military veteran. I am, coming from a defense background. I have served for 20 years for Indian Air Force, and thereafter I joined the corporate world. I have overall 17 plus years of cybersecurity experience. I have provided consulting for major firms, which includes, Indian Air Force, and then Accenture, and then Applied Material, Cognizant, and big MNCs, right? And In terms of certification, because everybody goes through a curve of learning, cybersecurity is like that only. So I have completed few certifications like CISSP, CCSP, CSAM, CRISC, those kind of stuff, whatever you can see on the screen. So that way, you can be assured that whatever I am telling you is very, very authentic. I have gone through, I have an experience on that, hands-on experience on that, and that is why I am sharing my experience with you. And then I have been a very passionate trainer. I have been training only and only for CISSP. I don't do any other training. I do as part of my passion, and I have been training people for last 5 years, and I have trained over 1,000 plus cybersecurity professional on CISSP. Uh, in terms of endorsement, I think I might be one of the highest endorser when it comes to CISSPs, because I think myself, even like more than 60, 70 endorsement I have done for myself as well, right? People, those who I know, right? So that way, it's a great thing to have. And that's why you can rely upon what I am telling is very, very authentic, right? So you can also connect me over LinkedIn. My profile link is here, and my phone number, WhatsApp number. You can add me to your friends group and all those. Okay, let's proceed a little further, right? So this is how it looks like. The current market challenges. There are too many threats. There is a increase of 62% in terms of all the breaches which are happening since 2013. There is a steep, increase in number of breaches. Uh, 1 out of 5 organization has, experienced APT attack. It's a big cybersecurity, cybercrime is a big industry now, over 3 trillion industry. You can think of, right? Even countries do not have that such a big as their GDP as well, right? So those are the kind of stuff, right? That's the kind of threat landscape we are into. But at the same time, when it comes to the real knowledgeable guys who can really put forward the defense and protect all these kind of threats, there is a huge scarcity, especially after COVID. Now COVID is going to get over. Even we are going through, third wave of COVID. But then the demand for cybersecurity professionals is very, very high at this point of time, right? Almost, 83 or 80% of the, cybersecurity professionals, they are in cybersecurity, but they do not have a complete idea of cybersecurity. That's a serious problem with us, right? And that is where people like me, we are trying our best to, get people onboarded to security, go through all the experience we have. We are going to share all the experience with you guys, so that that can help you to become a better cybersecurity, right? So that's the thing we are staying currently. Another thing which I want to emphasize a lot is, end of the day, cybersecurity professionals are here to help the business grow. But how are we going to be a bad cop as and when business reaches out to us and then we ask them, no, this is not a secure way of doing it. You can't do it. That's not the intent. Intent is to become a business enabler, to let the business perform their operations. But what we are going to do is we are going to mold them. We are going to give them a direction. Okay, you can go to this direction, which is much more secure. This is the way to do something in a much secure way. Oftentimes, that gap is a lot. People are there in cybersecurity who knows a lot, who are very, very technically efficient with their subject, but sometimes they are not able to understand the business. Sometimes business is not able to understand cybersecurity challenges. And that's there's a disconnect between the two. And that's a very, very common thing, what you will see as part of your daily work, when you are working with management, when you're dealing with business. These are the kind of common challenges, right? Now, to bridge this gap, what we need to understand: do cybersecurity professional uh, those people who are experienced or who are very, SMEs in their own areas, don't they need to think the overall strategy? Because in case the business itself is not there, how cybersecurity will survive? How you will survive as a professional in the same company, right? So your existence also is tied up with business at the same time. But there is a responsibility which is entrusted on you to make sure whatever the enterprise IT functions and business is using all the time, we have to make sure that all those functions are done securely. That is why we need such a certification. We need such a training, such a coaching, wherein you can go ahead and understand cybersecurity as a bigger picture and understand the bigger picture of it, right? And that is what CISSP does for you, right? As a cybersecurity professional, unfortunately, you and me, we are into a profession wherein if you think like I am relaxed, then you are gone. You cannot, afford at relax. You have to always keep on learning, and learning the only way, to enhance your career or to stay, even to stay in cybersecurity, right? So when it comes to learning, right, we often talk about certifications, and you can see here on the right hand side, right, there are so many certifications available, right? I'm not saying one certification is better than other or all those kind of stuff. Every certification is of value. Everything teaches you something. But then if there is a single certification, it can, help you to understand the bigger picture. The only certification which can keep you and which can give you knowledge about all the security domains is CISSP. Otherwise, most of the other certifications, most of them are focused on a particular domain, right? They will not go beyond that. So that's why CISSP is my touch point. I have been training people for last 5 years in cybersecurity. I'm very, very passionate to help people grow in their cybersecurity career, right? Because once you do CISSP, I have seen many, many success stories. Many people got certified by me. I never go and do my advertisements anyways, because I'm working still live in the industry. I don't go and advertise myself, but I have trained a lot of people, and they are into very, very good positions, even better than me, what I am currently, right? So that's the way. Now, there are total 8 domains in CISSP, which we need to cover as part of this training. And there is something called as average weightage. So there are total 8 domains, and there is some weightage that is provided by ISC Square, right? Now, the thing is, all the weightage which you see on the screen, it is not that one particular domain has very small weightage and another domain has a big weightage. So we will read one domain and we will skip one domain. That strategy is not going to help. We have to go through almost all of these 8 domains completely. We need to understand it and then clear the exam, right? Now, there is a basic eligibility criteria also for CISSP. And if you are a fresher or you are just new to the cybersecurity space, you want to make your career in cybersecurity, and you do not have 5 years of experience, then also very well you can go through CISSP, understand it, pass the examination, and then you will be provided with associate membership. The associate membership itself, you can go and showcase everywhere, and that is very well respected in the industry. On the other side, people who have 5 years of experience, they once they clear their certification, right, they need to go and put forward an endorsement process. They need to go and apply for the certification, right? When doing so, they have to showcase their experience in any 2 domains of security. What are these domains? This is what is listed, right? Out of these 8 domains, you should have experience in at least 2 security domains. It does not mean that you need to be end-to-end, champion of that particular domain. Any kind of activity you are dealing with, with respect to a particular domain, you can showcase that. So as simple as that, right? Then people who are having like 4 years of experience and they already have some certifications with them, or they have undergone some universities degrees and all that, engineering degrees and all that, so they can also attend waiver of 1 year. They have to go on ISC Square website and see what all courses are covered under that. So that way, just for within like 4 years, you can get your CISSP. And if you do not have 5 years of experience and you want to get your CISSP certification done, what will happen is, for example, you have 2 years of experience. You have 2 years of experience, right? So in that case, the remaining 3 years of experience need to be endorsed with with ISC Square within 6 years of your clearing the exam. So that's the kind of eligibility you need to go through. So that's a little bit about the eligibility part. Then a little bit on the exam part. So earlier, this exam need to be a linear exam. We also used to call it as non-adaptive exam. And it was 6 hours of exam. When I cleared my CISSP exam in 2016, it was a 6 hours exam. And you believe me, concentrating for continuous 6 hours on the exam is not possible. So that is the thing which ISC Square has identified, that not many people are going for it, because this exam is very, very lengthy and very, very tedious. So they try to simplify things, right? They have reduced the time of amount from 6 hours to 3 hours, right? But at the same time, they did not want to compromise with the quality of the exam, because this quality is what is driving CISSP as the best certification. It is not like any other certification wherein some here and there can happen, but in this case nothing can happen. You have to read and you have to study, and only then you will be able to pass your CISSP exam, right? Now, next thing is how many questions we get in the examination. So number of questions are not fixed. Believe me, it's not fixed. It is between ranging from 100 questions to 150. And why so? Because most of the exam you keep on saying, right, we have a fixed number of questions and all that. The only reason behind this is because they are using an algorithm which is working underneath the question paper. So whatever option you are selecting for a particular question, that is evaluated in real time, and based on that, your next question will be popping up with you, right? So that is how it is so adaptive. And then you are trying to prove the prove to the exam that you have the understanding of this particular domain, but at the same time, that algorithm, based on your responses, based on your answer, will try to calculate within itself how much you are proficient in a particular domain. So that way, the number of questions will range from 100 to 150. I have a lot of people who have attended my batch and have cleared, CISSP within 100 to 105 questions. Rarely in 2-3 cases, people has reached out to 130, 135 questions, and by then they used to get their congratulations message and all that. So you need to understand this is a adaptive exam. There is an algorithm which is working beneath your question paper, and most of the questions are multiple choice, and in some cases there are some advanced innovative questions as well. So what happens is, for example, there are 100 questions. Out of those 100 questions, 25 questions may be research based questions, which will not count against your scoring. But the problem here is you will not be able to identify those questions separately. They are just like in cryptography, what we do, right? We integrate some kind of initialization value just to make things more random. So likewise, ISC Square also, they also integrate few research questions in their total exam, and then they give it to the, to the candidate. Sometimes people come and say, sir, I'm not sure, but I got most of the question from domain 3. I told them most of these questions, maybe innovative questions, might be coming from domain 3. So you never know, right? You never know what are these innovative questions they are putting forward. So that's one thing that just increase your thrill, nothing more than that. So you don't need to worry about it. Just think equally, answer everything equally, right? Their passing percentage is 70%. So out of a point scale of 1,000, you need to score 700, and nobody knows. Nobody knows outside ISC Square how the scoring will happen. They never disclose that. They have their own algorithm, their own secrets. Nobody will disclose it, right? So that's the thing. The only thing you get once you pass your CISSP certification is a congratulations message. That's all. That you have provisionally cleared your CISSP exam. That's all. So that is how the exam will happen. This particular exam is very watertight controlled in terms of any kind of any kind of sideline activity which could happen, right? Just to help you pass CISSP certification. There is no shortcuts. So the exam will happen only in Pearson VUE centers only, right? They are very few. So whenever you are going to book your exam, take your time and then go for the exam. Another thing which I want to emphasize, like you can see my certification here, I can maintain this certification for the entire life. I do not need to, every time go and get recertified. Once I have my CISSP, if I am maintaining an annual maintenance fees, which is $125, and apart from that, I also need to, endorse some continuous professional education points. If I am able to do it, your certification will get auto-renewed for next 3 years. And over a period of 3 years, you need to earn 120 CPEs. What are these CPEs? Like, for example, you go for some webinar, you attended some training. You can endorse that training, you can give that proof and log it onto your website to give you that CPEs. Right? So that's the thing, how it happens. Now, just to give you a feel, I want you to all contribute to this question. Cybernose.com is a software company providing remote connectivity solutions. Due to pandemic situation, company witnessed a huge demand in remote conferencing software. Internal development team does not have the bandwidth to accommodate this project. Management decided to outsource this project to a third-party vendor as a security manager, which activity should be performed first for due diligence. Now, I would like to have your responses on the chat group. You can put your responses on the chat. What should be the right answer to this question? I see few responses.
So where are the options?
These are the options: A, B, C, D. Confirm policy, compliance, governance, SDLC, verify the CMMI level, risk assessment, the outsource process.
I can't see. Is it on the?
Yeah, it is there on the screen. Are you guys not able to see my screen?
I'm not able to see it.
These are the 4 options: A, B, C, D.
I can't see. Can you put that on chat, sir?
Okay, let me do it for you. Just a minute. Let me mark them. Are you guys able to see this? Are you guys able to see this?
Yeah.
These are the 4 options.
Yes.
These are the 4 options.
Yeah, I can see it now. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we will do some 15 seconds. We'll wait, and then we will resolve this. I see many people have already answered this correctly. Few of them not. Anybody left out? Feel free to contribute. This is not an assessment, or we are not trying to measure you, but it's just to understand your perspective here. So if I can tell to the group, out of 4, 5, 6, out of 6 replies I have obtained, uh, I'm glad to see 4 people have already answered it right. Right? So what happens is, this is the thing, right? When you read a particular question, it may be that all of these things you may go for, right? You will confirm their policies, you will confirm their compliance, you will confirm their governance, their SDLC process, everything. You may also check their CMMI level as well, right? Their maturity level as well. You may also calculate their deadlines. You may have a SLA with that third party, right? And what is the assurance of completion? You may also see their reputational records and all that kind of thing, right? But what is this all 3 things? This is part of a process. This is part of a process. This is part of a process. But what is the process? Risk assessment is the process. So as and when you are going to hire a third party, you want to give some, hand over your project to them, right? Make sure that you do a risk assessment on the process itself. Right? So that's the perspective. You, in some cases now, few of you might be stuck up, okay, policies, compliance, governance, and all that. You have to see out of these 4 options, which one is the holistic answer to this. Right? And that this is all about developing your mindset when you are thinking in these lines. So once you develop that mindset, it becomes super easy for you to, answer the questions which are asked in the exam. I'm going to throw one more question at you. Just be attentive. Answer me on the chat. Okay. This again is a very, very super easy question. Those are the kind of questions you will get in exam. I will be waiting for your, responses. Good, good. I have got 2 responses. Very nice. Wonderful. Good going for the group. Wow. This is going to make a record. Go ahead, guys. Another 2, 3 guys may be there. Wow. So I received 5 responses till now, and I am happy to say all of 5 of you are correct. Apart from only one person who has answered it differently, all other people are able to answer it right. Right? So we need to basically understand the difference between policies, procedures, standards, and guidelines. Right? This looks like a step-by-step, process. Step-by-step guideline, or you can say step-by-step detailed explanation how a certain thing will happen. When we give a step-by-step detailed explanation, it is something which is called as standard operating procedure, or we call it as procedure. So B is your answer in this particular case. Right? So you need to, is there anything rocket science in this question? Nothing at all. These are the kind of questions which CISSP may ask you, so that being a security professional, you are able to understand the basic concepts. What is a policy? What is a procedure? What is the basic difference between a policy and a procedure? What is the difference between a standard and a policy? Or what is the difference between a guideline and a policy? Right? These are very, very basic questions. Just you need to focus on the mindset, that's all. So many people think in CISSP that we need to memorize a lot of stuff. CISSP is very tough and all that. Not at all. Those people literally do not understand what ISC Square is asking you to do. So it is just not about, going and reading books, big books, and doing all those kind of stuff. It is to understand the right perspective. If you make the right perspective choice, it is going to help you a lot. In single go, you can clear your CISSP examination, right? So just a quick stuff. Right? Now, coming back to the preparation part, the most difficult part of it. Giving an exam is okay, but it's a costly exam, guys. It is costing $749. $749, which is quite a money, right? And India, even you can't die without a GST. So you include GST, right? So it might somewhere come around like 70K. It's a very, very costly exam, and you cannot afford to, go unprepared into the exam. So there is a serious preparation which is required for CISS. During this preparation, many people, they start their own journey. Sometimes even I started my own journey when I did my CISSP, but it took 12 months for me to pass my CISSP. Nowadays, in business world, you are working in a project, you are working with so much other stuff going on with you. It's sometimes very, very difficult to, focus continuously for 12 months. So over my overall experience of 5 years providing training for CISSP, I seriously felt industry is lagging a serious effort to help people in passing CISSP. Most of the training what you see is just 5 days of training. That is not going to help. That is a real trap, I would say. That is for the people who have already, they are completely ready for CISSP, and in the last moment they want to just refresh their mind and give the exam the very next day. It is for those people. But there is no structured, hand-holding kind of training which takes you from the very basic and coach you throughout this entire thing and bring you to the success. That's a serious lack of training in the industry. So that's where I'm coming in and helping you out, right? So these 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, whatever you decided to prepare for CISSP, consistency is the key. And making consistency, keeping that consistency is very, very difficult. Sometimes your project thing will come. Sometimes your personal family issues will come. Sometimes you will change your company and start focusing on the new company. Those kind of things will happen, right? Then reading is boring. In CISSP, you at least need to go through one book just for your satisfaction, right? Because until you go and read something, your inner mind does not create those mind maps. So at least you need to go through some book. But if you go without a training, you may never able to understand sometimes, because you don't know what is the way you are comprehending it. Are you comprehending it right, or you are comprehending it wrong? You don't know. So somebody is required to guide on that. Then tricky questions. As I gave you some examples, right, previously, there may be some tricky questions which you may get in the exam. How do we clear it? That art of giving exam, art of passing CISSP itself is another skill. You know everything, but then if you don't have the right perspective in answering these questions, you may still lose out. So tricky question is one of the basic hurdle for people. Then how to memorize so much stuff in CISSP? Undoubtedly, I will tell you, this is a very, very big certifications in terms of the coverage you are doing. I'm not saying in depth you are doing. You are not going to be the champion of all the domains. You are just trying to understand each and every domain until certain extent. Why is it so important? Because that will make you a super professional. You know each and everything in security now. No other certification will give you that. That's the beauty of CISSP, right? But then, do we need to memorize each and everything? Many people think like, no, I need to prepare notes. I will do and memorize. I will do and remember each and everything. It's never going to help. CISSP is not about memorization. CISSP is all about understanding. From a logical perspective, you understand a concept. That's all what is required from you. They're not expecting you to be a champion and know everything, every detail about it. Not required. Right? So these are the major things, major hurdles when it comes to passing your CISSP examination, the journey you are going to do for CISSP, right? Now, how can I help in all of this is here. My first piece of advice to all of you, take it easy. CISSP people are so much bugged in. Everywhere you will keep hearing, no, it's a very difficult certification and all. I tell you, if you have the right perspective, it is one of the easiest exam to clear. The only thing required is focus. Focus and a well-defined routine, which I will tell you in the coming slides, right? How we'll go about it. Second thing is, training will shape you up. If you don't take training, start reading by yourself. I told you, right? See, I tell you my example. When I cleared my CISSP back in 2016 and applied for certification in 2017, right? During that time, I was coming from a defense background, right? And I was going through books. I've gone through 2 books at that point of time within 12 months of my preparation, right? Even after that, when I started teaching CISSP, I realized few of the things I was thinking, okay, this is the right way to do it, but actually that was not. So understanding the right thing in the right perspective is very, very, very important. I might be lucky at that point of time that I was not validated on few points. But then later I realized, no, this is not how the things are happening. Things are happening this way. So I learned by again learning and so much of stuff. Same thing can go with you as well, right? So that's why you need a training. Definitely, I would advise you to have a training and have a project plan. Many people, right, keep on saying, I will do CISSP next year. Then next year will come. Then again, they will say, I will do it in December. When US holidays will be there, I will get some more time. Again, they will plan for it. And the same thing you will keep them hearing in the next year as well. So that becomes an operation. Your lifelong operational, you keep on saying, I'm going to do CISSP. Ultimately, you're not going to get anywhere. So the idea is you have to, prepare a goal. I am going to get certified in May. That should be your goal. And accordingly, you make a long-term plan and then short-term plan. Otherwise, things will not work out for you. Right? So it can happen. It can happen with anyone, right? That is why you need somebody who can push you, as a coach, right? It's not a 5 days training. That is why I'm saying I'm a Fauji Admi, I am a defense person. I keep on pushing people for study. I keep on tracking every week how much progress you have made. Somebody is required to give you that push. So that's one. Next is refer only one book. Sometimes we do a mistake. We keep jumping between books. And believe me, guys, there are some topics. For example, Kerberos is one of the topic. If you go and read in Son Harris, if you go and read in Cybex, you are bound to get confused. Because their explanation will be different and their viewpoint will be different. You never know. It is up to the author how he or she is kind of putting it forward. So refer only one book. That's my advice to you. Next thing is parallelly practice questions. Now, what happens in CISSP normally, I tell you the pinpoint. You go and study. You keep on studying with full dose and everything, right? You covered initial 4 domains. And one fine day, you will think, oh, okay, let me do practice a little bit. I got a mock test. Let me do that mock test. And when you start doing that mock test, you realize, man, whatever I read in domain 1 is all gone. That's a common thing. Nothing. It's a human nature. There is nothing wrong with you. That is normally how it happens because there is a problem with our strategy. We need to parallelly practice questions, right? Otherwise, you will get some knowledge and you will think, yes, I understood this thing, right? But until you are being cross-questioned on that, your understanding will not get solidified on. So that's a very, very important thing which we have to make sure. Another thing is stop searching internet. for CISSP. You will get so much stuff, so much different people saying so many things about it. And, people misguide with their own set of questions, which you will never feel like they're anywhere connected to ISC square level of standards. And they will just mislead you. Sometimes, even if you are well prepared, they will demotivate you also at the same time. Because you will feel like I'm not still prepared for this. But you don't know if those questions are anywhere near to the real exam level. You don't know that. So that's why if you follow these 6 things, there is a well-defined success matrix which we can help you with, right? This is nothing coming from my 5 years of experience. I have been a passionate trader. I understood all these problems, and then this is what we came with. Currently, I am running into my 22nd batch, right? This 22nd batch is going to start from 23rd of January, right? I have helped so many people getting certified. I myself has enrolled so many people for CISSP again and again, right? And there is a specific routine people need to follow. It's a tight routine and it's a holistic routine, and it is not that easy also, but you have to spend with me if you want to get certified in next 100 days. I expect you to devote around 2 to 3 hours per day. If you have only that much time, then it is sufficient for me to get you cleared CISSP, right? That's my first demand. Second demand to you guys is, if you are opening your CISSP book, or you are opening you want to read something about CISSP, never ever do it on your official laptop. The moment you are opening your official laptop, you are gone. You can't study. Define your time. Your project may always keep you busy because you have not defined your own priorities. So you need to define your time. Okay, this is the time I am going to log in, this is the time I am going to log off. And now, apart from that work, I will bring my own laptop and study. That's the kind of mindset you need to develop. Now, this rigorous schedule, which I am going to tell you just now, right? It's a three-headed approach. Now, how come three-headed approach? The first is videos. Okay, the first one is videos. So over a period of time, what I have done is I have made a complete learning management system. In this learning management system, there is 100 hours of training, which is focused on, just like the way I am presenting you, the slides. Those slides, 100 hours of training. Then, apart from this, there are 100 hours of whiteboarding. Now, what is whiteboarding? Whiteboarding is just like I put something on the board, and then you and me talk just casually, and we spoken about a particular topic. Let me show you and give you a small glimpse of that. How does it look like? So, are you guys able to see my screen, my browser? Can somebody please confirm?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, okay. Let me share it again. How is it now?
Yeah, it's now. We can see.
Okay. So guys, this is the LMS I am talking about. Courses.cybernotes.com. What I have done is all domain specific, all so many lectures. And if you see it here, every topic has been fine grained. Small 5 10 minutes videos I have created on each topic. So if you are not able to understand product evaluation, you don't need to watch a 3 hours of video just to understand product evaluation. You can directly go on to that, read it within 5-10 minutes. If mostly it will help you because they are very, very detailed. This is not 20 hours of 30 hours of videos. These are 100 hours of videos. So everything is very detailed, all use cases based on my experience security. I have put up everything. For example, cryptography. right? So we talk about cryptography, their mind map, complete domain mind map of cryptography, then goals of cryptography, terms, modern cryptography, all these different things, all different algorithms we are going to talk about here. Then applicability, how digital signature, what is a digital signature, what is PKI, what is, how the key management happens. All those kind of things are very minutely defined, right? So these are exhaustive lessons on, all security topics. Now, even if you went through this and you are stuck up with something, or you are not able to understand something, right? Go to my whiteboarding. So there is a complete whiteboarding thing, right? This is recording from my this session. So any topic you take, if you go to any of the topic, you will see all these, okay, I'm not resisting it now, but you can try of yourself. You can take this link, go there. You can find out there are some free previews videos also there. It is complete whiteboarding. I'm just explaining on a Word document in a very Indian way of teaching. So it depends, because we are Indians. Few people like presentations, few people like whiteboarding. So both of the things are available to you, right? So these are also 100 hours. These training also 100 hours. So you already have access to 200 hours of videos. Then what is there on top of it? On top of it, I am going to have some live classes with you guys every Saturday and Sunday. Time will be 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time to 7 p.m. and it may also go to 8, 9, whatever, based on your doubts, your questions, and those kind of things. Mostly, these sessions we are dedicating only for exam practice, right? Only for exam practice. So that is regarding your videos. That is your step number one. That is a rigorous schedule and you will follow it. Second thing, I told you, without reading a CISSP book, your internal mindset will not develop. So you need to at least have one reading of one of the book. That's all. I don't want you to do two books reading or read the same book twice. Not required. You watch my videos, hear me explaining things, and then go back to the book. It will just be a very simple, skim through the book, because you already now understood all those kind of concept. So second thing is reading. We have a target of reading 10 to 15 pages. 10 to 15 pages per day. You have to develop that habit. And to help you out, I have a very customized thing. You will get an access to the complete, CISSP study material, wherein you will find all these targeted learnings there. You just have to read those and then make a log. There is also a project plan wherein you need to update on a daily basis how many videos you have seen, how much time you have spent on videos, how much time you have spent on, practicing some questions, or how much time you have spent on reading. Your every day will be tracked, and this will go for 100 days like that, right? So that's the second one, right? This is the first head, this is the second hand. What is number three? Number three is the most important. You need to practice questions parallelly. How it will happen? You need some kind of exam engine to practice those questions. Yes, we have that exam engine for you. So there is a CC Cure. This is an international, very famous CISSP exam engine, which is available. You can check it on internet. Try to do some resources, right? You will get CC Cure. Now this CC Cure 90 days access is worth costing you 100 USD. In this entire plan, you will get it for free for 90 days. So it's the best engine available. You can define your own quiz. You can make it a 10 question quiz. You can make it a 20, 50, 100 question quiz. And then once you answer all those kind of questions, it will give you detailed explanation why a particular option is right or why another one is not right. So that will help you to validate whatever you have read, whatever you learn through videos, right? So you are in a better state because parallelly you are doing these three things. So that's the entire, success mantra for CISSP. But the thing is, for next 100 days, you need to be consistent. Consistency is the key. If you are consistent and you are seriously taking your goal to pass CISSP in May, I am here to help you completely end to end, right? Please, guys, please understand this training is not a training, right? Just like any other boot camp or something. This is a complete opening. I'm taking you from the very bottom and, until your last step, I'm putting you there. Also, what may happen is, because you enroll into the program, after some days, there is something goes bad in your workplace, something goes bad in your family, you lose focus, right? Don't worry, I am still here. I am here to help you, right? You automatically get enrolled into my next batch without any money. Right? Only in case you are going to, want C-Secure again, and you need to pay me just $50, nothing more than that. So this is the success mantra for getting your CISSP done in a serious way. Otherwise, there are lot many trainings available. They will just give you some LMS and give you some access like 3 months or something. So this is the complete program. It has been designed very, very carefully. I have worked out, I have taken my own experience teaching people for last 5 years. Why people finally fail even after a training? Why people fail? I analyzed all those things and then came out with this plan. And this plan, believe me guys, it's working wonders. Already I'm taking this plan for last 3 batches. Almost, I get a 30% success for people clearing their CISSP. Now you will say me, sir, you are saying only 30% success. Other people claim 90% success. Believe me, guys, it is up to you how much logical you are. CISSP exam is not on your trainer. This is exam which you have to give. You have to go and give the exam. And it depends on you. If you book your exam or not book your exam. If you don't dare to book your exam, you will never going to get certified, right? Is everybody willing to spend 70,000 rupees? Is everybody willing to invest 70,000 rupees on themselves? Not everyone sometimes. Right? So it depends actually. And immaterial of what people say, this is the final thing which actually happens. This is how the thing happens on ground. So let me compare for you guys. Most of the trainings available, you can see are bootcamp, right? So bootcamp is nothing. It is for people who have already undergone everything and they just want to refresh their knowledge before actually going for the exam. So for them, it is a bootcamp. But this training is not a bootcamp. This is an end-to-end preparation batch. Right? This will go for 90 to 100 days for you. Right? That we are just not going, just not limited to CISSP. I am going to give you my entire experience. We are going to talk about everything in security. I'm going to give you a lot of use cases so that you are able to understand. If a trainer can do whiteboarding for you, entire CISSP, you can understand how much worth that has, right? Most of the people, they just go on presentations. They don't even dare to go for whiteboarding because that requires a lot of thought process, right? Course duration is not 40 hours unlike other. You are going to get at least, I'm saying at least 250 hours of training. Exam preparation, we are going to have some dedicated session for exam preparation. Every weekend, those sessions will be focused on, answering those questions, how to tackle questions and those kind of things. Study material, all you will get is study, study material, all the notes, everything. And the cost also is very, very reasonable. You can say 25,000 rupees. And, if you enroll now, it is also, give you further 10% discount. If you enroll today, we are going to give you 10% discount as on overall, right? for people who are there from India. If anybody joined from outside India, it's $375. So that's the deal, guys, for all of you. What you will get out of this, what you're going to get out of this investment is you're going to get a three-way approach, wherein all the on-demand videos, the quality course, which I just shown you now. I hope you are able to see it now again. Are you able to see my browser, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So this complete LMS, including each and everything which is there on the portal, is available to you. You can go through any spreads and you can get everything here. So everything is available to you, and it at least it is counting like 70,000 rupees in Indian terms, right? And all the free study material, all the reading targets, all the project plan is again costing 5,000 rupees, and you are going to get a free access for CCQ Engine, which is worth 8,000 rupees. So everything is included within this price itself. Idea is not to make money. I'm not here to make money. I do only 3 trainings in a year. I don't beg people. This is not my bread and butter. I work for industry. I am live into security. I'm an associate director for one of the company, and I'm driving their entire security effort. Right. So I am working live. I can give you the real use cases wherein those will help you to understand the topics. So that's it, guys. Over to you, and I will leave this session for some questions if you guys have. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. So over to you guys.
Hello, sir. There's a question regarding, you said, we need to go with one book.
Yes.
I wanted to, take a suggestion on which book do you suggest, or do you prefer us to go through?
CyBEX version 9.
CyBEX version 9. Okay, sir.
CyBEX
Thank
version
you.
9 is the most simplest, even though, like, it is personal preference. Some people also go for Sean Harris. But my point is, Sean Harris is much, CyBEX is much more pointed than any other. It's very, very pointed in terms of, giving a complete, concise content to you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
And also,
I have.
yeah.
Sorry.